Our headlines for you today. The Scottish Parliament votes on plans to legalise assisted dying, allowing terminally ill adults to seek medical help to end their lives.
Counter-terrorism police investigate suspected arson attacks at 2 properties linked to Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer.
A new study reveals the link between deprivation and children becoming obese. We'll speak to a consultant from an excess weight clinic.
Good morning. Piano making, diamond cutting and fabric pleating, some of the once thriving British trades now at risk of extinction. I'll be looking at efforts to keep the old industries alive.
Let's have a look at this morning's newspapers. We're going to start with the Mirror today. Lots of the front pages. Leading on the news of counter-terrorism officers investigating a fire at the Prime Minister's home. Here they're describing it as a mystery blaze, reporting that neighbours were woken by loud noises in the early hours.
So the Express, we've heard it all before, but now it's time to deliver. That's the paper's headline as it focuses on Sir Keir Starmer's new immigration policy announced earlier. He vows it will push immigration numbers down significantly. We're going to speak to the Home Secretary and ask her what does significantly mean in about an hour's time.
The Telegraph focuses on peace talks between Ukraine and Russia as Donald Trump said he could join negotiations between Volodymyr Zelensky and Vladimir Putin in Istanbul on Thursday. The US president predicted a good outcome for the meeting, but said his attendance depended on his own schedule.
A man who has spent almost 40 years in prison for murder is free tonight after his conviction was quashed. Now 68, Peter Sullivan wept as judges ruled that new DNA evidence showed he did not kill Diane Sindel in Birkenhead in 1986. This was his sister's reaction outside court.
We've got Peter back, and now we've got to try and build a life around him again. So at the end of the day, we feel sorry for the Sindels.
Also tonight, the reality star Kim Kardashian tells a court she thought she was going to be killed when she was robbed at gunpoint in a hotel room in France. 3 weeks after a cyber attack on Marks & Spencer, they reveal some customer data has been taken. President Trump in Saudi Arabia, he signs an arms deal worth more than £100 billion.
12,000 kilometres.
And the world's most extreme triathlon, we speak to the former Royal Marine who swam, cycled and ran, finishing on the summit of Mount Everest.
Woes continue for P&O as MPs threaten to summon its chief exec to Parliament. M&S reveals customer data has been stolen in recent cyber attacks. We catch up with England stars Lauren James and Grace Clinton ahead of the Women's Euros.
You have dreams, obviously, and you believe in yourself, but when you're watching, it seems so far away.
Olympic champion Keely Hodgkinson is honoured at Windsor Castle.
A story here in the Mirror today about what sometimes you have to buy as well as buying a house.
Yes.
You move into a new house and stuff's been taken, like the famous things like light bulbs.
Oh, yes.
Door handles have been taken by the sellers.
Door handles?
But apparently toilet seats. People often take their toilet seats with them. 1 in 10 house buyers said they've had to find a new toilet seat.
What, because it's particularly comfy?
I don't know, or maybe you just want to get a new toilet seat.
Would you not just get new ones anyway?
Well, maybe, but the fact that you have to get one, it's a lot of pressure, so to speak.
Yeah, but also, why would you take one with you? Why would you unscrew an old toilet seat and move it?
Maybe you're particularly
that's
fond of
what
it.
is
Happy
it?
memories of
Oh, stop.
years gone by.
London's distinctive tube map has been reimagined as part of a campaign to celebrate the capital's grassroots music scene. The tube map shows lines turned into electric cable, artist record labels, venues and genres. A 25-year-old playground in Kensington Gardens, opened to commemorate the life of Princess Diana, is to undergo a £3 million renovation. The Royal Parks has secured planning permission to start works inspired by the story of Peter Pan, which will see some of the equipment replaced to focus on inclusive play. The playground is due to open next spring. Looks like a lot of fun, doesn't it? Finally, Tom Cruise says it's absolutely extraordinary to be honoured with the British Film Institute's most prestigious accolade, a BFI Fellowship. The man, best known for playing Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible films, was in London last night to be recognised for his acting career and for his contribution to the UK film industry as a producer.
It's kind of amazing. Not kind of, it is amazing. You know, I remember thinking when I was a kid to make movies and travel the world. And I remember stepping off the plane in 1983 and being driven to Pinewood Studios. And all these years later, in the films that I've made here and traveled the world, it means a tremendous amount.
A big drop in new affordable homes built in the last 2 years as London's housing associations say we face a deepening crisis.
This is the most challenging environment we've ever worked in, really, for a number of different reasons. Our core financial strength is as weak as it's ever been. I think
we look at what can be done, also on the programme.
We're live on the Thames as water bosses say they can't rule out a hosepipe ban this summer due to the weather and the lack of rain.
Plus, a familiar sight reimagined, putting grassroots music on the map. We'll explain all. And two of the London artists hoping to be Britain's next makeup star pop by for a glow-up chat. A 21-year-old has been arrested in relation to suspected arson attacks on properties in North London linked to the Prime Minister. The Metropolitan Police says the man was arrested in the early hours. One of the homes in Kentish Town is where Sir Keir Starmer lived before he moved to Downing Street. Transport for London has been criticised for poor communications after a power outage caused disruption to train services yesterday. The travel watchdog said it should do much better when it provides information to passengers when things go wrong. The Elizabeth, Bakerloo, Jubilee and Northern lines were among those affected by a national grid fault. TfL has apologised. And the Princess Diana Memorial Playground in Kensington Gardens is to get a £3 million refurbishment after the council gave the work the go-ahead. The Peter Pan-themed park is visited by more than 1 million children a year, which makes it one of London's most popular play areas.